Hey, alright. Back twice in one day. Huh. I never get to do this. Um, but it occurred to me after from where I left off last time with this tiley stuff, um, and trying to do the offset, uh, trying to offset the shape that's being drawn in the tile. What I thought was a problem actually is not. What I was trying to do, because I think it actually just works just like this now with some of the code that I had before. What I wanted to do was, okay, so if I select, and then if I say, offset 8 pixels to the right, um, what I was saying I wanted it to do is actually just move the whole thing over, and like all the pixels would be kind of shifted over, but actually that's not what I wanted. I actually just want it to cut off um, the first 8 pixels. So like 8 being if I put 8 here. Yeah, see how I kind of just chopped that off? And that's actually what I want. Before, for some reason, I thought I wanted it to just move everything over, but then you'd kind of mess up the tiling. See, it still looks like the graphic still kind of fits and still tiles correctly. You're just missing some of the pixels here. If I were to shift all the pixels over 8 and it was offset like that, it would just look kind of jank. I would show you what that looks like, but actually that was what I was having a problem with before, and now I realize I don't even want that. Um, okay, so we can offset it horizontally to the right. Great. Um, but what if I wanted to offset it the other way? So really what I had here, this was the function that actually manipulates the pixels. And here I am just, if you're offsetting to the right, then on the left side of the tile is going to just be blank because you're starting further off to the right. And so that's where it just clears everything out. But if I wanted to, if the offset was the other way, then I don't want to go as far. So I won't go until pixel width. So I'll just make another like end X. And yes, I will neaten all this up once I wait a second. This here is no, that's not right. I wrote that before. I don't think that's right. If you're negative offset, no, okay. I think it is. I just then want to. Okay, so like, what would happen if I just if I put in 8? It's like great. It lopped off the like the first good, but then if I make this -8, oh, come on, there you go. Wham. Okay, just like did not like any of that. Um, yeah, that didn't go so well. But if I'm having negative offset, then really what I want to do is kind of just, yeah, not go as far. It's like I'm going to be skipping off the, if I'm offsetting -8, then I'm skipping drawing the last 8 columns worth of pixels. So I think I do want to, I think I don't want to do that, and I think I do want to have this. Rather, yes, okay. So basically that's just saying don't draw as far, but that might not. Mm, still didn't. Hang on. Oh, I think it's because this text input doesn't allow. It's confined to like an integer. I need to change what that can be. Input field. Is this where you do it? Yeah, integer number. I mean that should allow it to be negative. But we had like that weird input string was not in correct format. Probably because I put a negative on it, which I should be able to do if it's an integer. What happens if I do custom? Let's just do that. And then I'll just trust that we're inputting numbers. And because if I'm not, like, what am I really doing? I'm the only one using this. So, so same thing with this. So I should be able to. So 8, good, yeah. Now if I put, if I put -8, it's just blah. Wait. Huh? What's showing up in that text box? Oh. It's like, it's not showing, it's just showing the, text is -8, but then here it's just, I don't know why that is. Like, why is it doing weird things? This is a weird thing going on here with this text input. Text is just a negative sign, but then here it's actually -8. And I don't have it truncating or anything. It should just be overflowing. What if I just like make the font smaller? It does not want to. Right, okay. But it doesn't even show. Ugh. Huh. Weird things going on with this. Let me just restart everything. Hmm. Right. So I'm getting that input string was not in the correct format. That's fine. So the text is -2, but here it's just 2. When I actually look at the I think it's just a UI bug. I think the data is actually getting in here as a negative offset, judging by how it does not seem to be liking it. Why the text field doesn't seem to want this, that I can't say. Let me just kind of dig into what's going on here. So we can put a positive offset when we try and do a negative offset. Let's debug. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Yeah, no, I don't want that breakpoint. Oh. All right. Yeah, just keep going. We don't want that yet. Okay. All right, we're here. And bam. Right. So offset -8. Good. Yes. Okay. That's good. Ooh. Ah. Bytes can't go negative. Isn't there like a signed byte? That's annoying. That's annoying. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought bytes were signed, but they're unsigned, so they just go from 0 to 255 instead of -128 to 127. All right, so I guess that's the difference between a byte and a char in C#, but knowing that doesn't do me many favors right now. Because then what's going on is it's turning that -8 into, it wraps around, it's making it a 248, which I could just interpret as, yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world, it's just annoying and makes for some unintuitive stuff that's going to have to happen. But really, I do want it as just a byte of data. Um, and I guess it's too late to call it a char, because then serializing might not be happy. So, uh, Well, what the heck happens if I just say, I'm debating it, making it a char again. I don't want to change the data type at this point. But basically, this will never be true. Um, Let me just see real quick if can I Zorp. There is such a thing. That's what I wanted. I just didn't know. I thought it was signed by default, but okay, you have to say signed byte. Now, what happens when we try to deserialize a byte into a signed byte? Is it gonna explode? It might. Um, which means then when we go here, we have to say a signed byte. Okay, yeah. Wait, why don't I just say doing some strange things there? Um, okay. What happens? I hope we don't crash on startup. That would be unfortunate. Okay, alright, okay. Everything loaded in fine. Changing that byte to signed byte did not end the world. Yeah. But I wanted it to be -8. Can I not? Hmm. Alright, it seems to just not be doing anything when I expect it to be doing something. Um, we're here. Oh. Okay, alright, yeah, because it copied. I actually have to I have to do this logic, but for the other side of the tile. So actually, instead of doing it this way, um, instead of doing it this way, eh, basically this. So really, it's like if this or this. In either of these cases. See, this is why I would have trouble making this a shader, because in shaders you don't want all these branches. I mean, I could probably just be smarter about what I'm checking. You maybe have a separate shader for if you have an offset versus if you don't. Or just, yeah, just kind of be smarter overall. But there are a lot of ifs, and you don't want branching control paths when you're making this a shader. Just stuff to think about, because I eventually want to make this a shader. This is like pixel manipulation, should not be done CPU side, and yet it is. because yeah, like I don't need it to be changed yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to. So this is basically, so yeah, if we have like, yeah, all right, we're just gonna zero out. If we, yeah, okay, that calculation should do it. And what we should see is then like the right part. The right side of the tile should just shunk. Yup, 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 yup. Shunk. And there you go. Okay, all right, we can offset. Um, but let's try it on like something that's okay. Why can't I? Okay, 0, no offset. What if I just want to make that, and now if I want to offset it? Yeah. Why did that happen? It should have just... Definitely weird, yeah. There, okay, you know, that, and then if you say like... oh, okay, it did do it. Like if I say offset by 16, okay, so it's kind of like... But actually what I wanted was for it to kind of look like, if I'm offsetting it half, I just wanted it to be more like that. And I think I know how to do that. You know, like I wanted like just the bottom corner of this tile, rather than it just chopping off the pixels like that. I wanted to kind of slide it over as though it looked like this. You know, as though I just saw the bottom right. So I think I know, because I'm not taking into account the offset here. I think I need to say, yeah, so if I'm being offset, do that. I think. Because now I need to factor in the horizontal offset to the XY. So like if I wanted to do this, and then say, BAP. No. No, I didn't want to lose the whole, I wanted to kind of look like that instead. Okay, but we're, actually, why didn't that seem to have any effect? Wait, did it just go in the other direction? Am I just... Yeah, I think I just need it in the other direction. Okay. So, turn that into a slant, then shift it over 8. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. 16. Uh-huh. Yeah. I can slide stuff over now. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like it's slowly yoring. So, you know, it doesn't look like much there, but, you know. 7, 8. It's like kind of shrinking. It's just sliding to the right. Good. I like that. That's a thing that I like. 0. So no offset. Can I say -1, 2, -3, -4? Is anything working? It's not seeming to want to do that. Oh, 0 -4? No. -6. Yeah. It's you basically just shoving it over. Yeah. Okay, we're horizontally moving things. And then we're kind of probably littering the runtime atlas with a bunch of these same shapes. Yeah, it's hard to see uh, like that, but yeah. Okay. And again, so it would work with like this. Let me just confirm it works with this circle. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it looks kind of wonky now, but we'll. Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of wonky like that, but actually it's how it's supposed to look. It's if we wanted to then say, um, if we wanted to line up the tile under it to this, um, see? So it's like suddenly we have now like a different, we're not necessarily aligned to the, we're like half on the grid like that. It's good. Now, we need to do it vertically though too. We don't have vertical working. Um, that one I feel like might be more challenging. So let me just look at it again. So if it's vertical, if you're saying positive offset, that's positive, negative, positive, so it would go up. So you would leave off the bottom pixels. So basically, if you're doing this hill, if it's going to be a negative offset, negative y, it's going to kind of go like this. Yeah. Actually, do I already have it trying to do that here? Maybe I did that from before. Yeah, what happens if I say 8, nothing? I feel like I didn't. Oh, yeah, I didn't actually attach that yet. Duh. Yeah, I have set offset X. I need to just do this as well, too. Uh-huh, uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, and then I got to attach that there to that. Okay, so now okay. All right. So that takes in the Y offset. It will eventually make its way down to here. Yeah, we're not caring about the semi-solids yet. So basically, yeah, the Y that you're getting, hmm, the question becomes, so if we're doing a negative Y offset, it's easy to see what should happen. Uh, we would just kind of, um, so if we were going to do a Y offset on this, it would just kind of go down a bit, and you'd only see that much. You know, like just that much of it poking into it, like if we made it like 16 off. But then if we were to say positive 16, should the pixels under this silhouette, should they be filled or just empty? I think they should be filled. Um, but no, no, maybe not. No. Hmm. You know, like if we were to say Y offset, and this is probably like 28 or so, should the bottom of the tile be filled up with pixels or just be empty? I don't know. It's like you really can have one or the other, but you might want either or depending on the situation. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like I'll just, well, I don't know. Uh, what happens if I do this? Blap. Huh. So that's an 8. Hmm. If I want to push it upwards, what is it doing? What became of this? It sort of, it did indeed go up 8, and then it gave me junk pixels over here. Hmm. Maybe it's not hitting these clearing statements. Maybe I have too many checks. Um, maybe I just don't need to do that. Because I think I was omitting some pixels before. Um, yeah, so do that, and then give you like a, ugh. Well, that ruined everything. So yes, we want to go from y is 0 to max y. So basically every pixel in the column. So from 0 to 32, or 31 rather. I think it's probably what max y ends up being. Um, and e is the height of the function for that x. But yeah, it's like we kind of want to do a similar thing that we did for the x. It's like if we're basically this, which I hesitate to do because it's yet another if, but I just want to see if it would do what we want. Um, so basically, if yeah, if y is smaller than the offset y, so if we're offset like upwards 8 and we're just at y0, then just clear it out. That would be the moving it up, and you're clearing out all the pixels underneath the offset. So I was wondering if I should fill them in or clear them out. Doing this would clear them out. And then I could always just change my mind later. But it feels like I have to pick one or the other, which I don't love, but let me just keep going. Or if we have negative y offset, basically this. So blap, and then if I want to offset it, 8, yeah, it just hopped up like that. 16, negative 8, negative 16, and can I move them over like a little bit too? Yeah, look at that. So now I have a tile that looks like that, where I could not have that before. Yeah. All right, well that's cool. The thing though is that the collision does not match right now. It's still the collision is not taking into account the offset, so all the collision knows is is that there is a sine wave function here, tile, and so he's going up and down over it. But so that's the next part. Man, I really don't like all these ifs. There's got to be a smarter way to do that, but and no, just removing those braces like that doesn't make me feel better. I mean, it kind of does. I don't like useless braces like that. I do kind of want them there. All right, so I can move the tiles all around up, down, left, right. I can offset them how I wanted. And now I just need to make the collision do that. So this is just a separate collision routine for the solid tiles. But actually, I think I have like a helper function, point and tile. Do I want to change this at all? Yeah, I think that I'm going to stay like this. This is just like a bounds check to see if a point is somewhere inside this, like the 0 to 32 pixel range. So I think I want to keep that, but oh yeah, I'm doing a lot of trigonometry here. Yeah, this is assuming like no. Hmm. I thought there'd be like an easy place to kind of jump in and say, yeah, if but see, it's not really doing I'm kind of being like a little bit clever with um, right, okay. Pixel width. So it's now assuming that this pixel width value, this 32, like the tile takes up the whole area, and it no longer does if it's offset. Um, yeah, it's like I now need to, I think I have to apply the offsets here because it's thinking that a solid tile is definitely, from 0, 0, bottom left to pixel width, top right, and it no longer is. Because, yeah, right now, so I want to move that over. You're like, okay, great, but he's still gonna he's still gonna do that. He's not gonna. He still doesn't recognize that it's actually gone. And so what I'm doing, yeah, this is like a little bit of the algorithm. Okay, so this position is one that's inside the tile. Okay, and then go to the surface of the tile. I gotta rethink how I'm doing that. Because I don't want to jump in here guns a-blazing without totally remembering. No, it has been too long. It has been too long since I had a look inside here. I was like, well, it just works. I'm never going to need to. And then, oh yeah. Hmm. Well, I definitely need to apply the offsets here. So this is it shoots out a ray. Um, okay, when we're actually checking the collision here, what are we getting? We're getting. Yep. Okay. A position to check, the speed, a speed vector, a velocity vector, and then so the normal that we have to fill out, and then a previous position. Just so we can see if we go over like the tile bounds or something like that, because we're not taking it a time step. Position. I probably do need to edit this point in tile to use the offsets as well. I was thinking maybe I don't need to, but yeah. Alright, this is now checking to see if the point is to the right of it. So if we were offset, if we were offset to the right, we don't care. But if we were offset to the left, then we're missing part of the right side. Basically that. Oh, never mind. What am I doing? Like apply, pretty much apply the X offset if it's negative. That's confusing looking, but yeah, that's essentially what it's doing. If I'm, like if I, the tile, am offset to the left, then I'm missing pixels on my right. So a point is to my right if it's to the right of my width with the offset applied. And then something similar for that. It's like if And if I'm offset to my right, something is to the left of me. If it is to the left of this offset value, or is I'm missing pixels on my left. Yeah. Same thing here. But let me just do X and Y for now, because I just want to see if I can do the horizontal. I might as well do all of it now. I don't want to leave stuff half done, because then I'm going to wonder why it's like that later. So up. So something else is up if I have a negative. Yeah, if offset Y is smaller than 0, that plus. Oops. Okay. And then this one is. Yeah. All right. That at least shouldn't break anything right now. I should still like collide with stuff. Yep. Okay. Nothing's broken so far. But I don't think this solved anything as far as the. Oh! It kinda did? It kinda did. But then okay. Alright. That's funny. Okay, so he can land there, but then when he collides with the tile itself, the pushback is at the wrong spot. And also what the ledge grabbing is wrong? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, okay. A raycast is pushing you out. The raycast push out collision resolution isn't taking into account the offset. Okay, all right. So we're partially there. Um, so where does that push out happen? Mm. Oh, oh yeah, okay. Hmm. Let me look at the case that I'm actually falling under. So if I'm walking to the right, so what we saw him doing was he was walking to the right, hitting the wall, and then getting pushed back out of the tile completely. So yes, x velocity was positive. He was walking to the right. Um, there was no y speed, so okay. So really, this case was what was happening there. I think that. Why was this happening? Oh, never mind. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so at least no. Yeah, why is that happening? Oh, hmm. Okay, all right. That's a frivolous thing. We'll deal with that. Oh, he's getting pushed out too far. Um, so maybe just apply the offset in the other direction. So again, we make that half tile. We go into it. No. Hmm. Uh, yeah, no. Oof. Uh, what happened there? Uh, oh man, some some stuff's happening. Let's not. Let's just restart. Um, I'm just trying to capture that case where he gets pushed out of the wall. And see if I can finagle the right value in there. Just so I could see that I know what's going on. Otherwise, maybe I don't know. Okay, yeah. So we're there. Here's where it would push him out. And that happens. So he's at, yes. Yeah, okay. 16, because he's partially in the tile, so that's right. So like that's okay. Like, that should just push him. Oh, it's aligning his position. It's assuming that when you push out of a tile, you're gonna go right to the edge. Okay, so I have to apply offsets here too. I feel like I shouldn't need to though. I feel like this shouldn't need to be happening because the position already got set, and yet I'm setting it again when I'm outside of the chunk level. But if I mess with this, is very sensitive stuff. But yeah, it's gonna take the 16. It's gonna turn it into like a 0, I bet. Or Still 16? Oh, so what it's doing, all this is doing is just taking off it's like rounding it basically. No, maybe it's not. No, it's not. Hmm. Oh, here's where that's happening. So position goes from being, oh no, it's just translating it back into world space and not tile space. So yeah. So we go from being at 2.5x to 1 point. Huh? You got pushed back too far. Because that should have been, yeah, 0.5. Well, yeah, that shouldn't be. He's getting pushed back an extra amount. That's not what we want, but all right, so the problem is somewhere in here is um, not being nice. Pushing them out way too far. But all right, at least what did happen was we got the graphics part of it working. I just want to, oh no, get rid of the debugger, don't need that. So like at least this, let me get a better view of it. You know, so like we can have, for example, okay, we do this. You know, so that's how you would make a circle. Okay, cool, but now what if I said, like I can probably, oops, regular 16. Okay. So like basically I can make cooler shapes, not being strictly bound to I can make whatever that is. Oops. So there, I made that kind of weird shape, and I could not do that before. But yeah, it's just about now I could vary up how everything looks. If I did this, maybe like this, more. And you know, whoops. And then so instead, okay, I can kind of just Like, there's no way that would normally connect to it. Like, I can either put it down there or there, but now instead I can kind of move that. Um, you know, -8, is it -16? Does that kind of match up? So there, it kind of does now. And then I can kind of like make a step to it. So it's more variance, more variety. Um, but it's going to be, it's going to be now just getting the collision working. Because now this guy does not have his blamp. Yeah, he does not have the collision that he should have. So that'll be the next thing that I get into. At least the graphics are there. I mean, it's not the most elegant way, but that's what I'm going for. So next up will be collision, and that might take a while, but you know, that's just how that goes. All right, so this is a good stopping point. I'll just think about the collision some more and then come back to it.